Mary's Kakir, joined by Mariah, Ramirez, and Chloe Camarero of Weber State Softball. These ladies swept the weekly softball awards in the Big Sky this past week. So, Mariah, we're going to start off with you here. Dominant performance in the circle against
Thank
Southern
you.
Utah. yes,
Thank you.
yes, you're so welcome. And you set a record there, 16 strikeouts, the most ever pitched by a Wildcat. What was working well for you?
Honestly, just everything I felt like was working, and I just felt super confident up there. Like, I didn't even think that I had 16 strikeouts. I was like, oh, like 8 or 9, like give or take. But then after the game, they like told me, I was like, oh my God, that's crazy. I didn't even think that. Like, time was just going by so fast.
I love it. How do you stay focused, Mariah? You're saying 8 or 9 in your mind, but what allowed you to be so locked in that you're not even thinking about numbers like that?
Honestly, like when I go up there to the mound, I don't really think. I just kind of let my mind just clear and wander off and just get the next pitch and just make sure like I'm hitting my spots every pitch. So that's kind of how I stay focused a little bit and just laugh a little bit with my teammates.
Oh, I'm sure that definitely plays a role. Now, Chloe, when you take a look at what Mariah was doing on the mound there, when you see the kind of performance that she's having, what kind of confidence does that give you on offense and your whole team as well?
Oh, so much. It's just, I don't know, it's so nice because, it just takes off so much pressure, like instead of them like having a big inning or scoring like one or two runs in the first inning or second, like early on, it just allows us to, score first and just to kind of focus more on ourselves. And honestly, I was a little bored out in the outfield, but no, it's so nice. Um, just knowing that like Mo and really any of our pitching staff is going to dominate. So it's just awesome having Mo in there and just having that consistency. So it's it's really nice because yeah, it's just like we have each other's back. So it's awesome.
Chloe, you mentioned something a little funny there, saying that you were a little bored there. So 25 runs total that the Wildcats had in that series against Southern Utah to the Thunderbirds 0 runs. And you led your team offensively. What did it mean to lead your team in that way?
Um, well, honestly, when I looked back on the weekend, I didn't feel like I led my team because there were so many girls that got on base, like hit people in, had so many RBIs, and just did so many other things. So it didn't really feel like I led the team. So to be honest, I was kind of surprised that I had gotten Player of the Week, just because I don't know, we're just so solid in our lineup 1 through 9, and again, like I said, our pitching staff. So it just like as a hitter being a part of our lineup, it just takes so much pressure off of you as an individual because 1 through 9 that anyone is going to be able to do it, and so that's kind of what's so awesome about I feel like being a part of this team. So yeah.
Now, Mariah, I kind of want to take what Chloe's talking about there and the pressure coming off. How do you feel that the offensive performance that your team was having relieved pressure off of you when you were on the mound?
Honestly, like when you go up that first inning as a home team, you come back and you're like, oh, okay, I hope my offense gets runs, and they do. And it's kind of just like you don't have to throw such a perfect game and like really be precise with each pitch. You get to just go out there and just have fun because you know that your offense has your back. So that really takes a lot of pressure off, most definitely.
Chloe, you bring a lot of experience to this team, and we were just talking a little bit. You're from Southern California, which Mariah is as well, which is really cool. But what was the draw for you to come to Weber State?
Honestly, the location, like the program before I came here, they're already so successful, and Coach Amacone really, I mean, just the way that I don't know, she just kind of like exuded like the energy here, like from Weber, and just the way that she just, I don't know, created this environment. It was just so enticing. So I felt like on paper, like looking at Weber State, it was awesome. But then I feel like actually visiting, it was like, okay, like this is the real deal. I feel like I could, see myself here, and I feel like that was the main draw because, I wanted to be a part of a really dominant team. So yeah, that, yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, talk about dominance. The only undefeated team in league play in the Big Sky. Wow, Mariah, what do you think sets this team apart?
I think honestly, just all of like our chemistry, like we each like play for each other mainly. Like when someone's down, we make sure that we pick each other up. And just because one person does one thing, another person does another, at the end of the day, it's a team effort. It's always a team win. That's what we kind of think see it as.
Chloe, what is going to be key as you have your next homestand here against Montana?
Just kind of piggybacking on what Mo said, I feel like that's my absolute favorite part of this team is that I know that we have each other's backs. I feel like there's no doubt about that. And I feel like that's just kind of what makes us stronger. And yeah, I feel like just going in and doing what we do, having each other's backs and knowing that when it gets tough, like we're all going to be there for each other no matter what. So I feel like that just, for me at least, I feel like that's what's so key about going into these games, these tough games, is that knowing that we're ready for battle and we're all, linked arms and just ready to go at it together. So
And I know that you've got a special environment there. I've been over and watched you ladies play there before. And so it's fun to see the way that Wildcat Nation shows up there for you all. So I'm sure being at home will be a lot of fun for you as you take on Montana. But ladies, thank you so much for your time today. And again, congrats on sweeping the weekly awards.